These were Minneapolis families. These were American families. And the amount of pain that they are suffering right now is extraordinary. And don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church.
You're on the Unpopular Opinion Show with Johnny Caruso. Welcome to the show.
He's expressing something that I know you feel and most people feel, which is a combination of sadness, but raw rage. Forget about thoughts and prayers. These kids were literally praying when they were murdered through a church window.
Hold on a second. And I addressed this in my op-ed. I gave biblical scripture reference points on this, but do you know how stupid you got to be to somehow not understand prayer but get on TV and talk about it? Do you know how stupid you got to be? They literally said they were literally in a school praying when it happened. Prayer don't mean that absolutely nothing will happen, but can't you consider if you had a connected brainstem that prayer could have prevented this from getting much worse? And I don't want to say only, but two children died. There were hundreds in mass. If he had his way, he would have killed hundreds of kids. Can you dummies not realize that the fact that they had been praying in mass could have been God protecting them from it being even more egregious than what we saw? He had a plan to do way more than what he did. He was only able to do X, Y, Z. Praying probably it could have been a possibility of stopping him from going to school to doing this, or catching the kids when they left mass and catching them when they're walking out and gunning them down right in the middle of the thing. Prayer could have prevented this from not only happening to this school, to other schools. Prayer could be preventing this from happening every day of the week. But you dummies who act like you're a Christian and act like you know God, it want to say that because you think you God, that prayer is supposed to mean that everything is perfect. Sometimes God got to let some stuff happen so we can make a change. And it's unfortunate, but sometimes things need to make a change. But God could also be listening to the prayers that is not more catastrophic than it becomes. We got 400 million guns in America. Why are people not just gunning people down on a day-to-day basis? It's probably because of prayers, I would argue. And then let me say this to you other idiots who don't know nothing about God. Thoughts and prayers aren't somehow to prevent an incident from happening.
What should happen now to stop this from your perspective as a Republican?
Sure. Well, I think the first question you have to ask is, why did it happen? I don't think it happened because of guns. I think it happened because somebody who was clearly suffering from severe mental illness
had access to weapons that would allow them to carry out a terrible shooting.
And the mental illness was encouraged.
But Scott, what about people who don't have mental illness?
I don't think we can tiptoe around this issue. And when you look at the messages that were written in some of the materials and on the weapons that we've seen, I mean, this person obviously was in a dark, dark place.
Thank you for tuning in to the show. If you like the show or if you agree or disagree, feel free to leave your comments in the comment section. If you're tuning in from Facebook, go ahead and find our channel at the top, comment. You can find a link to subscribe to our channel so you can get all of our content. Thank you for tuning in to the show.